This is part 2, so let's continue talking about inflation in a simple but interesting way. Inflation is when your life slowly becomes more expensive. So why does inflation even happen? Many times when prices go up, people say, it's just inflation, nothing special. But prices don't grow randomly, and it's not only about stories. We also influence inflation. The more we buy, the faster prices can grow. Of course, there are other factors too. Trends online, things we feel we need, fashion, travel, and fear like war crisis. All of this makes people spend more. From my personal experience, I always look at prices. Usually I shop with a limit in my mind. I still buy good quality products, but I understand how much I spend. This helps me see how much I spend on food, rent, and basic needs. I don't track every small thing, but I already have a system in my head. But many people don't even look at prices, not because they don't care, but because life is fast. So the real question is, do we think about inflation when we spend a lot of money? Usually no. For example, ordering food more often, buying coffee every day, small online purchases, or it's just $2 moments. This feels small, but they add up. In Poland, we saw fuel prices go from 5 zloty to 10 zloty. People got worried and spending increased. Even before prices went up, people started buying more fuel because of fear. And this is how inflation works. Fear leads to more buying, and more buying leads to higher prices. Can inflation disappear? The short answer is no. It can slow down, but it almost never fully disappears. This is because the economy is built on growth. More production, more spending, more movement. If prices don't grow at all, people stop buying, businesses earn less, and the economy slows down. So inflation is not a mistake, it's a part of the system. But the real problem is not inflation itself. The problem is when we don't keep up with it. So saying it's just inflation is not always correct. Sometimes it's just a simple explanation for something more complex. Now let's talk about what tricks our mind. The first thing is that we get used to it. When prices grow slowly, we just adapt. Before you bought coffee every day, now maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and it feels normal. The second thing is that we look at salary, not reality. Your salary goes up and you think, I earn more. But you don't check how much you really spend and what you can actually afford. And we often hear inflation is going down, but we don't hear that prices are already higher and will not go back. And to make it real, not just words, this time I want to compare products prices with a difference of 4 months. It's not a perfect comparison because the world situation, news and economy are already changing. Also, my first receipt is from November 15, 2025, and today is March 24, 2026. So I came to the same store and I will choose the same products. Simple things that are always in my fridge. But honestly, I was a bit surprised by the prices. They are very different. Butter, lower price. Milk, same price. Eggs, higher price. Cottage cheese, slightly lower. Cheese, actually better value. Bananas, lower price. So 2025 total about $13 and 2026 total about $12. So there is no need to be scared of prices. Sometimes they go up, sometimes they go down. Inflation is just a system. It's not about one product, it's about everything together. If we look only at products, we can see that same prices even went down. This can happen because production increased, the season changed, or this product had a high price before. So we cannot judge inflation based only on a few products. But now let's talk about something very real, fuel. When prices started going up, people got scared. In Poland, people didn't wait. They started buying fuel in big amounts. They filled canisters. They tried to buy as much as possible. And this is important. This behavior also pushed prices higher. More demand, higher prices. And we can see different reaction in different countries. When the war started and people expected fuel prices to grow, In Ukraine, people were given promotion and cashback for fuel, but at the same time, prices still went up to higher levels. In Poland, people reacted with fear. They started buying fuel in large amounts, even at high prices, just to feel safe. In Denmark, people were told something very different. Use fuel only when really needed. Use public transport more. Because more spending, higher inflation. 3 different reactions, 3 different behaviors. And this shows something important. Inflation is not only about economy. It's about people, it's about decisions, it's about fear. So when you look at everything together, the difference is always there. That's why there is no need to panic. Inflation is not something scary. It's something you need to understand. And the most important thing is to make decisions that are better for you based on your own situation.